Hey guys, here we go. Episode 21, Dirty Right Rear Podcast. Myself, Jeremy Booyer, Jeremy Sutton. This week, we got Southern Illinois Raceway's Caleb Hilliard, right?
That's right.
Okay. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Ditch the corporate noise and plug into something real. The Barn Media Group and Podcast Network is your one-stop destination for all things independent. We're a locally owned media company with a purpose to amplify voices, champion creativity, and bring you authentic stories in music, sports, lifestyle, and beyond. Want that local flavor? The Parkland Podcast and the Tippy Joe Show offer a variety of local content straight from the Lead Belt community. Whether it's politicians, members of the community, musicians, artists, or local business owners, we're giving a platform to real voices with real stories. From the stage to City Hall, these podcasts bring together a diverse lineup of guests who each have their own stories to tell. And for sports junkies, we go all in with Knuckleball Primetime, Dirty Right Rear Podcast, and Parkland Sports Live, covering professional, college, and high school sports, dirt track racing, and everything in between. Are you a gaming fan? Birds and Swords brings you anything and everything from the world of video games, from the hottest new releases and classic throwbacks to industry news, quirky debates, and deep dives into gaming culture. From headbanging to honky-tonkin', Vulgar Display of Podcast and Midwest Mixtape Podcast delivers the full spectrum of sound. Crank it up for interviews, album reviews, and real conversations with artists from all walks. Join Dawn every Sunday morning for Bible Time at the Barn, a heartfelt journey through scripture, faith, and reflection. This uplifting podcast offers a peaceful space to reconnect and be inspired. For the full lineup, live streams, and latest drops, go to thebarn.media.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome to the show, Caleb.
Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
How was the drive up? You had about a 2.5 hour drive up this morning?
Yeah, 2.5. Wasn't bad. Actually, when I left the house, it was nasty, cold, and cloudy. And I got closer. I got here, sun came out. So
I was going to ask if you drove through any rain because, gosh, man, we're recording this on Sunday, and of course the weekend was rained out for most everybody again. And Mother Nature's been a hag this year.
It's been pretty bad down there. I'm actually working in West Frankfort. Okay. And so I get to, every week before we get ready to come to races, I get to see what probably is going to happen. And this week it was raining and raining and raining. And I was like, yeah, I don't think we're going to be down there Saturday night.
I hated it too because I was excited about the WFO show. You know, that usually last year we had a lot of cars and we was hoping for more this year. And again, I hate raining out a race, period. So it's terrible this year so far.
Right. How many rainouts have you guys had and how many times have you got in? I know you start later anyway.
Yeah, we've had 2 rainouts now.
And have you raced twice? Or
we've raced twice, yeah.
Well, you're doing better than some of the tracks up here. I think a lot of them are Farmington's raced once.
Yeah, one time.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, Peevely's raced twice.
Yeah, but you know it's going to be a bad season. If Peevely gets the Outlaw Show in, that means it's bad news because they never get the Outlaw Show in. Yeah. So if they get the Outlaw Show in, after that's probably going to be bad news for every track out there. But
yeah, I was super excited because week before we had 119 cars. Basically, everybody else rained out. We was able to get it in. So I was hoping for another banger weekend.
Oh, I think with the WFO coming in, and which everybody's going to be tired of me hearing it, but I think that series is just blown up and it's going to be awesome. And I think a lot more people are going to run that than what people are really expecting, and it's going to be a pretty freaking good deal. Mostly at one of the premier micro tracks in the Midwest for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's I've only made it to Southern Illinois one time. I every year I want to go, and something happens and I don't go. But when you think of the premier micro tracks, you think of SIR.
Yeah, and that's what I want to keep that going. I definitely don't want it to go another way. Doing our best to push that along even further, even better down the road too. Got a bunch of big plans.
I want to talk about track prep last week. I seen that track prep, and man, that was spot on. There was a big old cushion. It was smooth. I seen that. So
yeah, it's been super good this year. We struggled with it when we put the new dirt on there a couple years ago. Wasn't the best. We realized that, and I'm glad to see it going the other way now. Hopefully, just continue to build on what we got going.
Right. So how does I know Southern Illinois, you're the promoter, but there's how does it work there? I don't want to get it wrong. There's a board.
Yeah, board of directors. So I'm the president. I got obviously vice president, and then 3 board members, secretary, and a treasurer.
So you have a team that makes all decisions. It's not a one-man show per se.
No, definitely, it's all board vote.
Yeah. I would say kind of like the fair board tracks, except these people are more into the racing than some of the fair board people.
yeah, which is a good and bad thing.
Yeah,
most of the time it's good
because they're going to have their views too of the way they want racing to happen and stuff like that. I guess the fair board is just like, is it going to make money?
Right.
I tell you one thing I enjoy from an outsider is seeing, every time you guys have a meeting prior, you put up what you're going to talk about, and I find that fascinating that you're very transparent and you don't hide it from people.
I like reading it because some of it I'm like, who even brought that up, man?
Yeah, there's some good stuff. But, saying that is this year we put a new rule in effect that if you're going to submit something on the agenda, you better have you or somebody, a representative of you to be there. Because it's like, hey, I want to give it a fair shake, If this is something, because everybody's a member, right? If you want to race there, you got to be a member. But I want to be able to voice their opinion on it and be able to see things come into motion. But if you're not going to show up, then it's not going to even be talked about.
That's just like you don't vote, don't bitch.
That's right.
Just like a regular election. I mean, don't bring up a couple of different things and be like, hey, I want everybody to vote for this, but I'm not coming, by the way. Something like that.
Yeah, we want to hear you, but you got to show up.
Every idea is cool because some of them you might be like, man, I never thought of that. But then some of them you're like, oh, Jesus.
So tell us a little bit about Southern Illinois. I know a majority of our audience has been there, but I know there's going to be some that hasn't. So tell us where it's at, the track size, and just a few things about Southern Illinois.
Yeah, Southern Illinois is, we're about, I would say, 5 miles east of Marion, Illinois. Just a cool 8th mile high banked. Everybody's heard about the high banks, but we've put a little bit more banking in it the past couple of years. And it's a cool little fast track that, slide jobs, and that's what we want. We want that cushion up there, and we want to be able to see some slide jobs, clean slide jobs.
And you race a lot of micro programs, junior sprints, mod lights.
Dwarf.
The Dwarf Car mod lights.
Yep.
Of course, A class, restricted?
Yep.
Non-wing and wing.
Yeah, and honestly, this year and really even most of last year, that mod light class, man, it is really, really growing around, local Missouri, right. Southern Illinois. It's huge right now.
That's one thing that one of the reasons we brought you on today is because when this airs, it'll be it'll be a week before the big mod light race. So we want to talk a lot about that, and then actually we'll have Billy Joe Beard on afterwards, and he's going to talk about that race too. I know he's really looking forward to that. And
we'll go ahead and might as well mention it now. May 17th, mod light race, 2,500 to win. Which, 2,500 in some classes ain't much, but a mod light 2,500 to win race is a pretty big race.
Yep. Yeah, and again, we got the High Bank Hustle. We got the Sprague Memorial.
Yep.
We didn't have anything for the mod light guys. And to me, again, if you're going to be my 1 and 2 biggest class, I'm going to try to give something back to you. And that's what we're trying to do. Right. This class is huge, and it's growing every year. So let's do something to give back to them, and then just continue to build on that too.
Which I know I talk about it all the time. The mod light, I don't personally like them half the time when we go some places, but I do say are certain tracks that we do go to that I do like them. SIR is definitely one of them that it's a good show, and it's a good racetrack for them. It's pretty awesome. I can sit there and watch a good mod light race.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I've heard that a lot, A lot of people, a lot of micro guys, they don't really want to see that, but once you start watching them a good race, they're good racing.
It's good for them to get off the bottom. Follow the leader, bump them out of the way, run type. There's no reason that they can't hit the middle and pass them on the outside there. And
absolutely,
it's a pretty good show. But the last couple of weeks have been really good shows.
Yeah.
I've watched both of them on video, and they were definitely good shows.
Yeah, we got to give Billy Beard some crap because he just can't win it. Can't get her done yet.
Can't hack. He can't hack.
Him and Ronnie put on a heck of a show last weekend. That was a good one.
He needs a new car, I guess.
That Ronnie guy actually built his car, so I thought that was pretty cool. That I don't know the guy, but thought it was pretty cool. They run 1 and 2, and pretty much door to door, just about.
There's just too much stuff on those cars too. Like those, I mean, they ain't as bad as the modifieds, but man, every week they're looking for that speed or looking at. And I'm like, I still don't know what they're looking for. I still don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, just cheat, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
Well, if it's going to happen, they're going to try it.
Oh yeah,
it's out there.
So we'll talk some more about the schedule, but I want to talk about you, Caleb. How did you get involved in the being the president there at SIR?
I've been going out there for many years. I've lived 10 minutes down the road. Been going out there for a long, long time. Brother raced. I was a little younger coming up. Didn't really have any interest in actually racing. I like being there, being around it. But, whenever I got old enough and was more and more involved, then I started out there on a 4-wheeler, just pushing cars. And then we got the side-by-sides, and I went by the side-by-side. And then I was director of competition for several years. Got another job. Wasn't able to be out there because it was a swing shift job. Yeah. Came back after that, and then was director of competition again. Jake Palmisano said he was looking at stepping away, and it was one of them deals where I wasn't like jumping up and down to take it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But also I didn't want to see it, go to the wayside. So right. I figured, again, like you said a while ago, you can't say anything if you don't step up and try to do something. So
right.
That's how it all turned.
Jake, he isn't racing anymore, is he? I mean,
he's not. His boy is in the restrictors, but man, they're so busy with travel ball and everything. They haven't even been out there.
That's what I thought they got into baseball or something like that. Now, you never raced yourself, have you?
No.
You're going to say, because I've been in and out of there since who knows when. And I was like, man, I never remember his name of it racing anything, but I wasn't really sure.
Yeah, we raced back in the MMA days.
Yeah, that's
back way back.
Yep, I remember that.
It was been around for a long time.
Have you ever strapped in a race car?
I have. I've been in one, ran it around, but where it got to the point where when I was ready, it was like Dad was done paying for it. So I'm like, man, this is a money pit. I'm not. I got other stuff to spend my money stupidly on, but I say stupidly. It's a good time. Right. I enjoy it, but
yeah, racing is an expensive hobby, and like we talked about last week on our podcast, once it gets in your blood, you can't get away from it. It's hard.
You're done.
It is.
I mean, I've been trying to get out of it since '99. And I do, and then I'm like, I'm never doing this again. And then here you come.
There you go again.
And then that goes for the same. It don't matter if you're a fan, a crew member, a driver, a track official, whatever the case may be.
You come back.
You can't get away from it. I've tried. I've not been a racer myself, but I've always been a fan or kind of behind the scenes helping tracks and this and that. And since we had my daughter, we've kind of gotten out of it. It's actually where I met my wife, was at the racetrack, and it was a huge part of our life growing up, and the first few years of our relationship, and we've kind of grew out of it and gone to other things. But here I am now doing a podcast and getting sucked right back in.
Yeah.
So I think I went to the races like 2 or 3 times total last year, and I've already been that many times this year. So. Which I'm not complaining, but
right,
you just can't get away from it.
No. So, can we talk about some fun stuff now?
Let's do it.
Okay. So the pond you got back there?
Yeah.
Is there any fish in it?
There is fish in there.
Okay, because I see the kids fish it every time we're there, and they're all fishing. I've never seen anyone catch anything. I'm like, that could be a sewer runoff. I don't even know what it is, guys.
No, there is fish in there. I have seen some fish caught in there. I can witness that. I probably need to put a little bit more in there just to give them, because man, the big shows, even weekly races, them kids.
There's 25. I mean, on a decent show, yeah. I bet you there's 25 to 50 kids fishing in that pond, and I'm like, I don't know if that's just rainwater, guys, but they're fishing with that. We got poles in the trailer actually, and I'm like, did anybody catch anything? No, and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's a fish pond, but everybody, whatever. But there's got to be a little lake or something we can go steal some and just throw them in there.
Yeah, I live on a 150-acre lake,
Okay.
so I can grab some. I've been thinking about it. I just got to get time to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
it's hard. But no, I was just wondering that because everybody's always fishing in it. But
It is. It's good to see the kids. They get outside of the race car, and man, all they want to do, they're just kids. All they want to do is fish.
Yep.
And it's great. I've seen adults out there right next to the kids.
I was going to, but then I didn't want like some of the adults come there every week be like, look at that guy. You don't even know there ain't no fish in there.
Fish in there.
When are you worried about what people think?
I don't care, but it's still fishing. I'm kind of serious about fishing, so I don't want them to be
Absolutely.
like, hey man, that guy don't even know what he's doing. Yeah, I do. Sutton hasn't got to experience the fishing part, but he also hasn't got to experience one of my best things at Southern Illinois, and it's the food.
Yeah.
I've never got the most bang for my buck at the food. Just like chili cheese fries or the nachos. I don't even know what they're even called when I get up there, like the barbecue nachos or this or that, and you could feed your 4 people.
Yeah.
So,
I mean-
as of right now, I get to go to the hustle this year.
Okay.
So
okay.
Saturday night, what do I need to get? What do I need to buy?
Man.
If you get any kind of French fries, it's this.
Yeah.
So it ain't like it's not, and it's
So I need to come hungry.
you need to come hungry.
Yeah.
And you need to kind of share it with somebody because you don't need to just get one thing. Because I just usually if you get cheese fries, I mean it's just a massive load. But I always get the nachos. Is it the barbecue? Is that what it
There's
is?
taco nachos.
Taco. That's the ones I
Taco
get
nachos
too.
is a
Taco
huge-
nachos.
Yes.
Let's hear about taco nachos.
Oh my God.
Again, it's in a little boat. It's
Yeah.
not little, but
Right.
it is. Man, they pile
You
it
lose
on.
half of it
Yeah.
on the way back down.
Jackie and Jeremy, that we don't keep we rent the concessions out.
Okay.
And they've been doing it for several years. Do awesome, great job.
Yes.
And they give you, again, like Jeremy said, you get your mon's worth.
Oh yeah.
Man, all right.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, there's a lot of tracks that have some decent food, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's worth your money. Like if you look up and you think, man, that's a little expensive, it's probably not.
Yeah.
For
Just
what
look
you're
at the
getting.
quantity.
Right.
Yeah. Because like we were there last year, and Jimmy, of all people, Tank, he gets the taco nachos, and he's sitting there eating it, and Brody wanted something too, so he got something too. And he's like, I can't even eat all this. And I was like, that's saying something there, man. Because I bet you he can put it down. But yeah, the food's there, and you never know what's ever going to be there. Like, I seen a couple times we were there last year, there was like a homemade lemonade lady.
Yeah.
Or
They'll have
something.
that. They'll have the little icy,
Yeah.
flavored ices. They've made homemade chicken and dumplings before. It's just, they try to switch it up, which is great. Give somebody a little different avenue to go down. They've tried last year. I know they tried to like the Hustle and the Sprague. I can't remember which one. They tried to do some breakfast.
That's hard to do, man.
It is hard to do because a lot of the people in the pits, they're not up at breakfast.
No.
No.
they had an eventful night and
Yeah.
they're still sleeping. So
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
I've seen a handful of tracks try to do that, but that usually don't work out. What is is Texas Roadhouse still a big sponsor of
Yes.
you guys? Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering because you see I don't even know what that animal is. That an armadillo?
Andy the armadillo.
Yeah. And peanuts everywhere. And I mean,
We got peanuts. We got, they give free appetizers. We got vouchers there. They get a little bit. Last year we had some free meals,
Man.
they do. They're really, really good. I have some of the best sponsors, or like hands down best sponsors. And
I figured they
they're
were
a big
pretty
one.
good because there's always handing out stuff. And that dude in the middle of summer in that outfit.
Yeah.
Got to be brutal because it ain't like a mask.
No.
It's a full
on-
full deal.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then they climb up to the flag stand with that on, and which I love it because the kids love it. They enjoy it. The more kids you can get involved, the better.
Oh yeah, kids are the future.
Yeah, they really are.
Snow cones too. You gotta get you a snow,
Snow
cone.
cone?
Yep, I forgot
That's what
about
I was
that.
trying to say a while
Yep,
ago.
snow cones, man. They're massive too. And it ain't it ain't nothing that pisses me off more when you get a snow cone and they squirt the juice around the top and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you get the top ate off and you're eating ice.
Yeah, it's just plain ice.
You're drinking this much syrup at the bottom of this
yeah.
one. It's
good stuff.
it's good stuff.
All right, I'm ready.
And they got
now.
sugar free. I mean, you don't care, but I do.
Yeah, I mean, I need to. I'm
I gotta try
diabetic
the
too,
sugar-free
but
stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to.
yeah, you'll it's something. I only have one complaint, but I'm fixing it this year. Well, if you let me, but I've mentioned it on some of my shows. But so in the summer when we're there,
I know now. Yeah.
I know where this is going.
I forgot, but yeah, okay.
So when in the summer when we're there for 2 or 3 days, that bathroom gets so freaking hot in there. Well, I know they make those little fans at Harbor Freight that have the tube out of the bottom that put out a lot of air.
Yeah.
I want to get a chain and I want to lock it on there's a pipe. I've already looked at all of it, and there's a receptacle over there, and we'll just have that thing running.
Circular.
And I'll donate it and it can just stay there. We'll write the name on it. And
Hey, that is on the list down. That's it's not a high priority, but it is on the list too.
I just would rather leave it in there than pack it up to the bathroom with me and then be like, when everybody's looking at me going, what's he doing?
Trust me, last year, the guy that was cleaning those bathrooms in the summer, it was me. It is. It's something that is on my radar too, for sure.
And it probably wouldn't be as bad, but the building is just so, it's like a concrete shelter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not going to get any air. It's not going to get nothing. And I mean, it is what it is. It's going to collect the humidity, and you get in there and
it's a sauna.
You want to get it done, but I play on my phone, all kinds of stuff. So I'm in there for a while. So I got to get that fan in there.
Right.
Bathrooms are a big deal to this guy.
Yeah. Well, not really. It's just like, like the shootout and all that. I just complained about that because it's so gross. I mean, I would go in a Johnny anywhere. I do it at work. So
Well, yeah.
it ain't that big of a deal. But to
We
me,
talk about it a lot.
We talk about it a lot. But people like it because everybody says something about it.
It's a big deal.
But if you go to the shootout at Chili Bowl, every single person that I seen after our other podcast, they were like, dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. And that dude walks out of the bathroom and you brush shoulders with him. And you're sitting on his warm,
you slide off.
You're like,
shoulders.
Well, I thought you meant slide off the toilet. If I got in there, I wipe it all off and everything. But if I got on there and went woo and slid off of it because of butt sweat, I'm out.
Yep.
I poop in the floor, man. I'm good. But yeah, no, that was my only thing. I said I'm gonna get one of those little Harbor Freight fans. I'm just gonna leave it there. But the people these days, they'll be like, oh, free fan.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Take it. So get a little chain, put some generic lock on there. You can just cut with some pliers and leave it in there. But
perfect.
So I guess the hustle is first, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And WFOs came. We partnered with WFO on the the hustle, which is great. Like I said before, it's taken off.
Yeah, and I think even the WFO, if you're a member, you'll get show up points.
Okay.
For the hustle, I believe.
I wasn't sure. I can't.
I don't think you get any other points but show up points for the WFO. And if I'm wrong, then I mean, oh well, people can deal with it. I'm wrong. but I'm pretty sure that is, since WFO is going to be a part of it, I think you do get show up points, which I'm going to say 99% of the people running the WFO is going to run the hustle.
Right.
If not every single one of them.
Yeah. Right.
So, well, but I don't think you get any other points besides show up. But so the hustle is on
June 19th through
the 21st.
Yep.
And it is $12,000 to win?
12,500.
12,500 to win. Okay.
Wow. I put out there on the Facebook page the other day, I want to break records this year.
Yeah.
Like that's would be awesome. I think I said 135. It's either 132 or 135 on the car count. I would love to eclipse that. I would love to see 140 or plus, but we'll see. Who knows? Mother Nature's got to work out. There's a lot of factors that got to play into that.
What do you? I'm sure you do, but you have parking for that many people, or pits for that many people?
Oh
yeah. We are.
There's pits everywhere.
There's pits everywhere. I'm trying to make it better. We got some rotomill out there, trying to working on that to get it spread around and because anymore it's not like when the place was built in 1990. 89, 90, that everybody's hauling a half-ton truck with a 16-foot trailer. You got some big toter homes coming in there, and you got to be accommodating for those guys.
Hey guys, Jeremy Booyer, Jeremy Sutton here of the Dirty Right Rear podcast, and also Chad Winch of the Barn. We got to thank our new big sponsor that we just picked up, Double D Motorsports. Double D Motorsports in Farmington specializes in all types of race car parts, from new and used, even full rollers and race-ready cars. Katie and Daryl are notorious for making full buyouts and buying a lot of people's stuff out. You never know what they will have over there at Double D. Check back every week to see what kind of new stuff they have arriving. Plus, get your weekly items for your racing, such as oils, lubes, tear-offs, seat belts, fuel jugs, all kind of miscellaneous items. You can go to Double D Motorsports Mondays and Thursdays, 10 to 6, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 10 to 3, Or you can call them, see if they'll meet you over there, 573-747-7816. Their address is 2882 Highway 67, Farmington, Missouri. It's just south of Farmington. Go over to Double D Motorsports and get all your racing needs.
Turner Services, they are located in St. Louis. They specialize in concrete flat work, asphalt paving and repair. They haul rock and dirt. They do bobcat and excavator work, retaining walls, draining issues, concrete tear outs, and snow plowing. Need something else done that's not listed? Give Cody a call at 314-397-2890, and he may just do what you need.
And realistically, like, if people semi-park correctly,
Right.
there's a lot of room. Mostly we park down in the bottom area, and if you fanned everybody out and down there, you could fit 10 trailers down there in just the bottom part, not counting going up the row. And then in the back there, as long as you don't have a couple people park long ways and block everything,
Right.
there's and a lot of the, say, 20 to 28 foot trailers, if they went along the fence line back there coming this way, and you could fit 25 trailers there. So, I mean, there's definitely plenty of pits, and then all in the woods right down there at the bottom. I don't ever really pay too much attention to that because those guys are always there usually 7 days early to get those spots. So
Those are the nice premier spots in the summer.
It's always nice and cool. And
hey, them trees. There's a lot of trees down there dying. We've cut one down, and I know there's been another one cut down. So they're thinning out, but they are still down there.
So let's also touch on June 14th. We'll go back to the High Bank Hustle, but June 14th, you got the prelude to the hustle with the WFO guys coming in. So that's going to be a outstanding night as well. It'll be a ton of cars that night.
Absolutely. Hopefully Mother Nature does not block that one on us because I don't know, man. I really want to see a WFO show there.
Right.
So
we've been bummed that, all the WFO shows have been rained out and,
Yeah, we actually have the Restart Cone is the Dirty Right Rear podcast Restart Cone.
Nice.
So we've been waiting to do that, and we haven't even got to pay Tyler for it because we haven't got to see any of them yet. And we're like, man, we're going to end up spending that money on something stupid here for too long. But
burn a hole in your pocket.
Well, we put it back for that because we want that thing because it's pretty cool. But we haven't even got to go to. I mean, they got to be bumming a little bit too. I mean, this is the second race already.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work that hard to get something going, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, okay, rain out.
And with
Mother Nature says, pump your brakes.
Yeah.
with the hype, man, and it's just not happening yet. But
So we'll go back to the High Bank Hustle, the 19th through the 21st. So is the 19th practice?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be practice, Thursday night practice.
And then Friday night are Friday and Saturday complete shows, or do you lock cars in Friday night?
Lock cars in Friday night.
I couldn't remember.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think on how many we lock in on from Friday.
I think it's 6.
I think it is 6.
I think it's
That's
6.
what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yep, I think so. Because you usually have like a little half thing dash type thing on
we do.
on Saturday.
Yeah,
So
Saturday.
I know it's at least 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that show is 12. What'd you say? 12.5 to win. What is it to start?
I think it's 500 an hour.
Wow, that's big.
I think.
Start
I
20.
think it's 500.
Start 24
Should have
cars.
looked all this stuff up before I came.
No, I'm
Shoot,
pretty positive it's 500.
Yeah.
And do you start 24 cars?
Yeah. We'll start 24. Yep.
50 laps?
No
No.
way.
Why was I thinking 50?
That's the only one I know. That's like Port City runs the
okay.
50 or 55.
How many laps is it?
Yeah, it'll be 30 laps, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe we're 30 laps.
That every year, that's a show that I say I want to go to, and I tell my wife, and we always camp that weekend. And this year, we don't have a camp that weekend.
Well, you could just camp
camp
there.
I can't do that.
We get there's a little nice area outside of the pits on the hill out there.
I would be all for it, but my wife and daughter would say no. So, so I'll just have to settle for coming down.
They want to do. I mean, they can camp. They can fish.
Yeah, I mean, it's
They can
really
swim in it. I mean, maybe I don't really know. But
hey, go ahead if you want to.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully that's. Well, I'll tell you how long ago it's been since I've been to SIR and the Hustle. Come on, the D1 guy now.
Jake Hagopian won.
Yeah, he won. That's how long ago it's been.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while back. That was when they threw frisbees in the stands with everybody's name on them.
Yeah.
And I grabbed that one and dropped it in front of us to this other dude, and I was like, I didn't even know him at the time.
Right.
I was like, I'm glad I didn't grab that one.
Right.
And he wins, and I was like, crap.
Yep. That I haven't missed many the past, I'd say 5-6 years. I usually watch them on pay-per-view, but obviously not the same as being there. But
No, definitely not.
Oh, man,
you
no.
got to be there. You got to be there.
well, this year I'm there, so let's go.
Excited about it.
Anything else you want to talk about the hustle before we move on from that?
Not really. I just, again, we our hope is to eclipse that 132, 135 number. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So then another big one, we're going to go, before we get there, July 12th, a prelude to the Terry Sprague Memorial.
Yeah.
Is that sanctioned by anybody, or is that?
It is not. We do have Dwayne is doing the Florida deal, I think.
The Hearts, is he still involved with the Heart Series deal? I don't think so.
I think he's doing his own thing, maybe.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
But I think he's wanting to be just put a name on it a little bit and have his guys, again, get more involvement with it. So that'd be pretty cool. But no, that's just of course we got all the great sponsors on that one, Prairie Farms, all those guys that make that go around.
That is one thing we're terrible at. Especially, do you have any sponsors for the track or for these races that you want to thank?
We do, man. We got, again, we touched on Texas Roadhouse, Prairie Farms, D1. We've got a bunch coming on this year. Trager Beverages. It's like a vitamin energy kind of, not really an energy drink, but kind of a vitamin. They've been a huge help to us. There's just a ton on that fence out there.
You need to get a hold of somebody from Ski, the drink Ski. Because when all the Missouri people come over there, they buy out the Kroger's and everywhere of Ski. And the only reason they do it is because we come to that track. So somebody from Ski needs to.
Hey, I can work on that.
Yeah, because.
You could probably take BJ Tinsley's whole paycheck
and spend it on Ski when he comes over there. Ski and. Man, I hate to throw all these people out there when they don't give him anything, but Walt's Pizza.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there is a pizza place.
We spend all kinds of money at Walt's.
That's local. It's a good local place there. Yeah, Walt's. Again, Texas Roadhouse. I can't forget about Texas.
I can't believe being such a big corporation like that. You don't ever see people sponsors like that.
Well, I think it's a little different. Like, this is a franchise owner guy, and he's local.
Okay.
And he's a great guy. Really good. I met with him a couple times. Just wants to be involved with it. He's from Harrisburg area, so he goes by the track every day and back and forth. And it's kind of one of those deals that he wanted to be involved with something that Black Diamond isn't. And I think it was I'm glad that we was able to work it out. But yeah, it was a great sponsorship.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where is that Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse.
Middle of town.
Yeah, right off. You get off the interstate, instead of heading east to the track, head west, and you can see it from 57.
And Marion?
Yeah, in Marion.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't realize they had a Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, they got everything now.
We're getting Marion's booming, man. We're getting bigger.
They've got all the stuff that you can think of now. I mean, all the little things. I ain't gonna mention them because they ain't sponsoring the track. The Texas Roadhouse does.
But I love me some Texas Roadhouse. So here's my dilemma. If I come, for the hustle, I gotta stop Texas Roadhouse on the way and eat.
Yeah.
And then save room for that night for the track food.
Yep.
You do.
Yeah. So you better get Texas Roadhouse at 11.
Yeah. Get there when the doors open.
Yeah.
Or just stay 2 days.
I'm game.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I'm game.
We do have Country Inn and Suites. Speaking of staying, Country Inn and Suites is a good sponsor of ours.
Is that Marion as well?
Yeah, it's Marion, actually just right down the road from there. So there's we got hotels. We're getting more all the time. There's 2 or 3 being built right now, I think. So
wow.
We're gonna have enough.
I remember when I went to, like I said, it's been
now. If you haven't seen it right now,
12 years ago, the place was like middle of nowhere.
Okay.
No, it's. I would say it's going to be a version of. It's probably bigger than. I mean, the strip going across it's Festus.
Really?
But I would say they have better hotels and they've got all the food now. All your normal food. I mean, even Smoothie King.
Wow.
We've got Smoothie King, man.
Wow,
Chick-fil-A, we got it all
that.
So is the town, I mean, it sounds like the town's behind the racetrack.
The town is west of the racetrack. Now, the racetrack is still out in the middle of, it's off 13, so it's still close enough to Marion that it's not too far if you're staying, to get back and forth. But it's out far enough that
you don't hear much.
You don't get noise complaints and all that stuff either.
That's a big plus.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of people around there have been there for years, and so is the racetrack. So
Right. Yeah.
kind of they live to learn and deal with it.
So we're going to go on to July. We have July 24th through the 26th at Terry Sprague Memorial. And I hear there's breaking news on the Sprague that you want to announce.
Yeah. This year, again, going back to great sponsors, Trager Beverages stepped up, and the Sprague will now go to $13,000 to win.
Nice.
We're adding $100 on the back end to the top 10 to start. So yeah, $13,000 to win, adding $100 to the top 10 for start pay, which is, again, it's huge, and hopefully that's gonna. I want to break a record on that too. So I hope let's go, bring it on.
Do you know what the record is for that race?
I didn't find out before. I think it is around the 130 mark.
Oh wow, okay.
Around there too.
Man,
Yeah, I remember when that was actually not as big. I mean, there'd be 70.
Yeah,
Something like that.
only 70.
Well, I mean, for 10,000, or I think it was 8 or something at the beginning.
Yeah, it was
or
like
whatever.
7,500
So,
to
yeah,
start
and then
start with.
then it went crazy, and then the last couple of years, non-wings become popular. But I mean, wings making a huge comeback now. So
Yeah,
I
they
think
are.
both of them are just going to be. Really, you can run anywhere and everywhere you want, wing or non-wing, and hit a 10,000 to win. Or
And that's
crazy.
yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
So you gotta do something to the track prep, the track surface. That's huge. You gotta accommodate these guys because they're spending a lot of money to show up and race with you, and we do appreciate it. And I want to show that by giving back to these guys that put on the show and make it possible, the fans and everything.
There's one thing we've talked about. What is it? The month of June and July. You don't have to leave Illinois, and you're racing for 10
You're racing
grand.
for a lot of money.
Like it is
I
insane.
don't see how some of those teams, Pennsylvania and California. I mean, how would it not be worth your while to find somebody in the area that has a shop or has something that you could park your trailer at and pretty much stay for a month?
We've done that. Yeah, we've have, because I got a lot of contacts in Marion. So if it is something that somebody out there wants, I can probably accommodate that, and it be safe, like a safe, secure area.
Right. Yeah. But just between SIR and the WFO schedule, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's a great time to be a micro driver right now in the central United States, I feel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man, Marion. Since I've been staying over there about the last month, because I actually stay in Marion and I'm working in West Frankfort, but there's kind of some gangster areas in Marion.
A little bit, yeah.
Like I went the back way accidentally to get that pizza one time.
Oh, you went Boynton.
And it was different. Like I stopped at this gas station. This guy's like, some guy's haggling the guy to cash a cashier's check at the thing, and then they were all playing. Everywhere is playing slots and stuff in the gas station. I mean, you're walking in there trying to get stuff, and they're playing. I mean, it's pretty. Something Marion's gangster, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It was way different, because I thought when I think of Marion and all those, I just think of guys like Daniel Robinson. Just hanging out and just being like, "Hey, man, what's up?"
There is some good places like that, but there's also some not good places.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm in the wrong. I got a whole truck full of tools and all this stuff, and I'm like, better get this pizza, get back to the jury.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
Yeah, if you stay around that area, the Drury area, you'll be all right.
yeah, no, that's perfect, because I mean, I got everything right. That's where our company always puts us, so it's everything is right there. It's awesome. But well, another hot. Or were you getting ready to skip on to something else?
No, go ahead.
Another hot topic. The number plates.
Number plates.
Are they still back?
Always.
Are they
Number
back?
plates are back. As long as
I love it. I love the whole debacle the week before.
always, and it always will. As long as we have our same setup of the tower, and this year, I didn't realize how hard it is, and now I'm in the tower on the computer transponders area and do it, and I'll give them credit where credit's due. It's hard to see, so until we can raise that tower, and again, this is part of my whole, hopefully this is our plan going forward. I want to see new stuff, new building. So hopefully to raise that up, and then we can start talking about no number plates. But
That's
until
when you-
then, it's
When you said you had a big announcement for the Sprague, I was like, the number plates are going to be gone, man. I know it. We had a big disagreement at our local track down here. They ran non-wing race last year, and that was one of my bad things that happened with it. And he told us we had to have number plates because everywhere runs them. And I said, there's one place that does it one time. I mean, well, not one time, but one big time.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, everywhere, all this stuff. I'm like, no, whatever. Well, we didn't have one. So I went and got a tote lid. I think it was a 16 by 24 tote lid, and drilled a little hole in it for the Zeus and put it on the side of our car. And I thought, I'm never getting to come back to this place ever again. But it wouldn't stay on there, so we didn't run it.
Catch some aerodynamics on it.
It was awful. It was humongous, but
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't mind running them.
It is.
As long as I know that it's supposed to happen. But you're not going to tell me
Right.
that everywhere runs them. I've been everywhere in the country, and we know where they're going to run it. But yeah, the hype up to the number plate game is
It's a
awesome.
hot topic.
The week before, you'll have guys that have 14 of them all over the car, or the whole side of the car's a number plate. I was waiting for that, man. So I wish if somebody had enough money, they'd make the whole side of their car or the whole thing white with a big square and just have their number.
Maybe we put flags, I guess. Just put them orange flags with numbers on it.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah. But no, number plates are here to stay for a while, unfortunately. And again, it's hard to see. It is, because a lot of these guys now don't have tail tank numbers on both sides.
Yeah.
And it is, even with that, where that wall is, it's impossible. And then, we still have hand scoring. So the hand scorers can't see the car number till they get around. And then everybody's like, well, what happened to my, why did I go here? Well, we couldn't see because you didn't have a number plate. No.
Yeah. So you have transponders, don't you?
We do. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So you hand score as a backup.
We do, yeah. Hand scores, to me, anything can go wrong in a computer system. So
Right.
we usually try to have 2 to 3 hand scores back up there.
Yep.
Oh, I seen that last night, actually. They had a little debauchery at Benton about transponders, but
Did they? I guess I missed it.
Yeah.
we'll go on. We won't take.
Oh,
we won't.
the sprint car.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lane Warner. I did see that.
I did too, yeah.
We won't go into that just because this ain't the
Yeah.
that show for that. But yeah, they had I think somebody had it on the front and not on the back, and
Yep.
and the picture obviously you could see.
Yep.
Lane was half a car in front of him. It looked like. To me. So
Yep.
They
made it right though. It
Oh
sounds like.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Again, that's where that backup, hand scoring is huge.
Yep.
Right.
Because I know for sure the guy that's doing it this year at SIR, the transponders, he could screw up because that guy's me. Again, I'm not perfect. So there could be a screw up time in the weekend before last weekend. I did screw up on the lineup. This is my first time by myself doing it. We had 119 cars, which again, awesome. I love it. But I was like, I was freaking out a little bit. We had to have B main for the non-wing. I was like, okay, let's go back to this. I was on the phone with the lady that used to do it last year. She was walking me through it, and then it was just a mess. We was clipping along great until the B main. But we're going to keep building on it and get better and hopefully speed up program. That's what, get them in and out quick, have a good show, and that's the main deal.
And I guess I didn't even know you guys were doing this. You guys replaced the whole 1 and 2 fencing area and everything.
Yeah.
Now here's another thing we got to talk about. When we walked up there, because you guys dug it all out and everything, everybody's like, they moved it in.
Yeah.
They moved it. I know they did. And I'm like, there's no physically possible way. Look at some of this stuff they got right here. Like the little tower thing that people stand on.
Yeah.
It's always in the same spot. And I'm like, you wouldn't believe how many people
We dug it out back there so the fence crew could get back there.
get to work on it.
It might have moved in maybe a foot, but even if it did, we can take that bottom berm and still, we can pull it in and pull it out.
I seen everybody being like, "Oh, but look at that! That's like a 4-foot thing right
I
there."
knew it.
And I'm like, "Oh, here we go."
Shorten it up. 1 and 2 is going to be short.
Yeah, they're going to be hitting the wall because they're used to going in right there.
Yeah, the GPS is going to take them right into the
That
wall.
looks good, though. That looks real good.
That is, it does real good. The front stretch is done now. 1 and 2 is done. New guardrail, new fence. So next year, the hope is we're going to take backstretch, and 3 and 4 will replace all that. So that's the hope, and that'll be finished. That's one thing off the list that we're going to do, and we're going to keep rocking and rolling from there and making it pretty.
Yeah, I've had some good improvements, man. Mostly you get to use a lot of that. Whatever that stuff's called in the pit area, that big old pile. That milling stuff.
We've got that, and got another one. Hopefully, met with last week, and it's a connection that hopefully is going to I'll be able to do the whole pits. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way, and
That
fix a
stuff's-
lot of drainage.
That stuff sucks at first just because it's so weird. But once you have a couple weekends of people
like
driving around
hot.
in it,
You get it hot and
it's-
pack in. And,
it's done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty good. Like we pulled in there last time, and where we pulled in, I mean, it just packed it down. And I was like, oh, we'll get out of here easy. Nope. And you even had a bulldozer there to get us this
Luckily,
time.
man, had that bulldozer not been there, I don't think they would have had anything.
No, we'd have been staying. I don't know.
Wrecker. He has got me a new strap to replace the strap.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
So,
Yeah.
that's good. Hey, we're gonna have it when he comes back. So
Well, I think he bought a few of them because he said, he goes, we just need to throw this in our trailer. And I said, yeah, man. I said, that's what I would do. I said, we've already broke everything here. And then they had a ratchet strap. And I was like, this ain't going to pan out. That trailer just don't have no hook things on the back.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. I mean, you would
a lot
think.
of them don't. And we unfortunately found out last year at the Sprague. Again, that shouldn't happen. That is, the pits, we've got to get better at the pits because, again, they're big toter homes and, there's only so many places they can park. But I promise it's going to get better, and we're going to make it where you bring the big thing you want in there, and we can accommodate.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen it. I'm sure you did. We got a new tractor last week.
I seen that.
I did see
Hopefully,
that.
I was hoping to make a debut of Saturday, but it didn't work out. That's a big plus for us. Needed.
See, I never even noticed. I thought you guys had all that kind of stuff already.
We got tractors. They're older tractors. It's just time to get something newer, and because luck have it, every time if it's going to break down, it's going to be right in the middle of one of the big shows. And it happens every time, and so hopefully, knock on wood, this one's going to last us for years to come. It's 2022, so I'm hoping it's going to be good for several years to come.
I seen that video and I was like, man, that thing looks almost brand new.
Yeah, it's got like 440 hours on it. So
Awesome.
It's new to us, not brand new, but new to us and new enough to do what we need to do.
Is there anybody you want to thank for that? Anybody that stands out? Anybody that helped out a lot?
There's one big one. Brian Grogan down in Kentucky, racer. Him and his boy races. He's a farmer, big farmer down there, and Brian found it, went and looked at it for us. I don't really know anything about tractors. I can run them or whatever, but he was able to find it, got a good deal on it, had his buddy bring it up to us from Kentucky. And I can't thank Brian enough for that because it was a big deal.
Awesome.
For us. Yeah.
What else you got on the schedule?
Well, we got, we're going to backtrack here, but we've already talked about the Mod Light special. June 7th, you got a Dwarf Car special.
Yeah. Yep.
That's,
we do specials every year for each class. We'll do a special. Just again, give them back to the guys that show up every week, and it's the Dwarf's not the biggest class. It's probably our lowest class, but they still come every week and support us. So we need to
still get
them.
a handful of those that are wagon looking things.
Yeah.
Have the back ends that look like a minivan.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are big out in the West.
That's what I heard.
They're big
Yeah.
out West.
But
And them guys sink some money into them out
Yeah,
there.
man,
what I
those
heard.
out west, those things look like miniature school buses out west. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah. I just seen a few of them showing up, and I knew there was rules differences where they couldn't run sometimes or whatever, but I just started seeing some of those show up, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Hey, guys, this is Jeremy Booyer and Jeremy Sutton here with the Dirty Right Rear podcast. We want to highlight one of our sponsors, supporters, and everything else with Expert Graphics, Powder Coating, and Fabrication. Expert Powder Coating and Fabrication is a family-owned business out of Farmington over in the industrial park. You can go over there and get some graphics, lettering, anything for your race cars. Get some powder coating done for your race cars, any other kind of stuff. Get any kind of fabrication also done with them. You can come over there and talk to Andy Moss. He's in there just plugging away at the computer, designing everything, doing whatever he can. You got Dennis in the back with his lab coat, mixing up the powder coat, really getting the stuff going. And then you got Dan over there just fabricating anything and everything you want. But if you want to hit them up, Expert Powder Coating over in Farmington at the industrial park, you can give them a call, 573-756-7324. Hey guys, this is Jeremy Booyer and Jeremy Sutton of the Dirty Right Rear podcast. We want to shout out to one of our new sponsors, which we've talked about quite a bit lately, but Coles County Speedway, actually the oldest micro track in the United States, opening up in 1956. They're going to be running every Saturday night, outlaw wing, non-wing, A-class wing, restrictor, junior sprint, and mod lights. They'll also have several 2 and 3 day big shows all throughout the season that they're going to have, and is the home of the WFO Micro Series also. And you can check them out at ColesCountySpeedway.com or on their Facebook page. And their address is 10743 East County Road 900 North, Mattoon, Illinois. So we're talking about the school bus dwarf cars, or mini school bus dwarf car Wagoneers or whatever. And I said the rules were a little different I thought maybe the old dwarf cars, they may not like to see those guys probably sometimes, because those they look like they hook up a little better than the old school dwarf cars. But
yeah, we get, as long as we got a handful, we're going to try to keep them in their own class, because, again, that Model Light class it's huge and it's getting bigger, and it's hard to mix those guys in.
Oh yeah.
I know everywhere else pretty much does it, but once you get 20, 22, 25 Model Lights steady every week, you want to give them their own show too.
Well, and also that's like a class to outlaw, in my opinion. I mean, you can run with them.
Yeah.
Are you going to probably win? No.
Yeah.
But
then July 19th, in between the prelude to the Terry Sprague and the Sprague Memorial, we got the A-Class special.
Yep.
So,
hoping to, A-Class is pretty big too. There's plenty around to run that and have a good turnout.
Then August 9th, this one will be a good one. We'll have a lot of interest in this, probably the junior special.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of kids we follow in the junior sprint. So
yep, another, again, like you said earlier, it's the future, and get those kids pumped up and ready to go.
I like the junior sprints, but over this past a little bit, I'm having a hard thing, because these junior sprint kids, if they're at the weird age where they can't really get in a restrictor yet, I would see the junior sprint, but those things are as much as a micro now.
Yeah.
And if I got a kid doing that, I'm putting him in go-karts, and then I'm going to run him until restrictor now, because that junior sprint, they kind of outprice some of it, and I don't like that. Yeah, but they're cool.
Yeah. Oh,
but man, the money I personally know that gets spent on them.
Yeah.
You can have a pretty good restrictor program. But they're still growing everywhere, just because, when you see the NASCAR kids doing it, everybody's going to do it.
Want to do it, yeah. Everybody's got the next Kyle Larson's kid.
Oh, yeah.
Then the last big show we'll hit on is September 6th. You got the Non-Wing Heart Series coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hopefully going to be a pretty cool deal. Get some non-wing guys in there. Again, it's non-wings usually our highest class. Them and Mod Lights go back and forth 1 and 2. So it'll be a good show, I'm sure.
Yeah. Then all throughout the year, just about every Saturday night, you have a regular race all the way through October 4th.
Yeah, we'll have after the big shows like the Sprague and around August time, we'll take 1 weekend a month off. Yep. So it kind of just dies down after that. Everybody, all the volunteers, they're all volunteers there at the track, and everybody's kind of ready for a little break after those 2 shows. So it's nice to get a break for them.
Oh, for sure. Got anything else you want to cover?
That's about it, man. You got anything else you want to mention, or anything about Southern Illinois Raceway or anything like that? We covered a lot of stuff, but
we did. Yeah, no, it's I appreciate you guys letting me come on here and talk about Southern Illinois Raceway. It's a special place to me, and hopefully we're going to make it even more special and get more people out there and make it better for everybody.
No, we're glad you came on. We mention it pretty much weekly in some fashion, just because all of our kids, all of our, I say our kids, half of our adults run there and everything. And it's one of the premier tracks in the Midwest for any small cars. So, no, we're happy to talk about it. And we're glad you got to come up, and we're glad you came up here. The Zooms are cool, but man, when everybody comes up here,
it is
so much easier.
Hey, 2.5 hours. All I do is drive for a living mainly. So 2.5 hours, on Sunday, I can give that up.
Yeah.
So,
well, we appreciate you coming up
I'm
here.
happy to be here.
Yep, man. So everybody, hit up Southern Illinois Raceway. You heard the big shows they got coming, and make sure you try to promote it and get some of that food when you get there.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for Sprague or the Hustle to get some of that food.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
We'll be waiting on you.
All right, we'll be there.
Well, thanks everybody.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks.